Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Monster Train. We are back with a new primary clan to try out, the Melting Remnant. Recruit the melting remains of the waxen arches, melting souls, and greedy thugs band together to reclaim hell. They have an interesting mechanic called Burnout, where their units are typically very, very strong, but they have a burnout of like 3, and after 3 turns when that runs out, they die. There are a few other cards that will reset units burnout and things like that. So they're very strong units that can burn out very quickly. We're gonna be bringing the Hellhorned with them as our secondary allied clan, and we're gonna be doing this on Covenant rank 2, which means that we will have a deadweight card in our deck, and that's about it. Enemies are a little bit stronger than, I guess, Covenant rank 0. Win streak is currently 0. I did get a second win over the weekend, but that was honestly with a little coaching from a friend. Alright, let's hop in and see if we've learned anything from the Great Lazy Dragon. So the final boss is Seraph the Temperament. The end is near. The incarnation of Hell's greatest foe will temper the strength of your units. Only the truly determined can survive. Friendly units enter with SAP 3, which means -6 attack, -4 attack, -2 attack, and then no penalty. So it does mean that they're going to be weaker starters, and we're going to need units that can hang on longer to be able to actually do damage in that final boss round. So we are starting with Hallowed Drippings ×2. This is a consume spell that costs nothing and applies Burnout 3 to all friendly units with Burnout. This is essentially the card that facilitates keeping units on the board when their Burnout is running out. We have the Welder Helper, which is apply 15 armor to the front friendly unit. That's an imp, so that'll play into an imp synergy. And then we have Sacred Wicks, which is consumed to reform 2 random units. So reforming is something that I haven't done a lot with. Return a defeated friendly unit to your hand, enhanced with Burnout 1, so that's kind of problematic. You'll want to basically play Sacred Wicks to reform 2 random units and then play them and hit Hallowed Drippings, I think, to keep them out for more turns. But it does give them +5 attack, +5 health, and 0 cost. So that's actually really strong because you could bring back a very highly costed unit and play it down and just keep its burnout up. So I feel like with the burnout mechanic, we really want to be working on deck thinning this run, because we want to keep a burnout in our hand every single turn, or rather a Hallowed Drippings in our hand every single turn. So if we look at our current setup, we have 3 energy, 5 draw, 5 capacity per floor. I think we may actually want to increase our draw here and then decrease the number of cards in our deck by thinning. We're going to go ahead and grab our artifact first. Spells gain an extra upgrade slot. That's really good early on. Jack Strips is also really good early on. I think I'm going to go for the Lightstone Casing, though. This means we're definitely going to want to take all the trials along the way because we need to get as much money as possible. And now here are our choices for heroes. This is actually the first time I've seen the hero from this faction. So we have Harvest +5 health, triggers when a unit on this floor dies. So he just gets more health every time something dies on the floor, or we get a 60/60 hero with Burnout 3. Like, if we're really going to push into burning out and go for a limited deck size, this seems very, very powerful to me. Otherwise, that Burnout 3 is kind of a risk, right? I think we're going to do it. We're going to go for it. That seems really strong, starting off with a 60/60. Like, I feel like that hero alone is going to walk us through the first couple rounds. Heaven's Priests, turn on our trial here. These disciples have dedicated themselves to the service of heaven and will attempt to restore the life of their companions. So we have 1 healing unit, 1 unit that has 2 attack and 40 health, and then the guy that will give us Weight of Contrition on the top of our deck has 4 attack, 130 health. Not a big deal. This makes things a little bit worse, mainly because this unit will be hitting for 6, but it's not a big deal considering that our hero is a 0/60/60. As long as we upkeep his burnout, that's basically it. Like, he'll clear the first enemy on this row automatically. If we just put him down here, like, it's over. Now, we could back him up with a Dreg even, and that would give us even more potential to just wipe them out. I think that's not a bad idea here, although the burnout on the Dreg is only 2, so we might end up losing that sometime in the process. Now, we don't really have anything that we want to place down up here on this turn. We do have a torch that we could use to deal 2 damage to this, just to clear it. There's no real need to, though. I mean, honestly, nothing we play at this point is going to make much difference. We could play another Dreg here and then just basically be reliant. I mean, we have 12 cards, right? So we're drawing 5. The chance of us getting a Hallowed Dripping is pretty good here. It's actually pretty solid. I think we'll play the other Dreg. And just for good measure, we'll go ahead and put a Train Steward here. to catch anybody that makes it to the next floor. Which won't be anyone at this point. Hey, but at least we'll get that extra coin from the collector there. And here we have a hollow drippings. Now the catch is we only have 2 of them and they do consume, which means that when we use that, we're basically going to lose the ability to reset the burnout on our champion a little bit longer. I'm almost tempted to do Sacred Wicks here because these 2 guys, or rather to save Sacred Wicks and the Hallowed Drippings, because these 2 guys are going to die at the end of this round, I believe. Unit will die next turn unless it gets more burnout. Okay, so it'll die at the beginning of the next round, which means that we can just play another one. Or we could play Sacred Wicks. I mean, we don't have another Sacred Wicks left in the deck. We do have a Welder Helper left in the deck. And a Hollow Drippings. So there's a really good chance we're pulling Hollow Drippings again next turn. The question is, do we want to keep these guys, or are we okay with losing them? And I think right now, it's kind of okay to lose them. Yeah, I think it's okay to lose them if we lose them. It's not a big deal. I am going to put a Train Steward down right here, though. Now, the bigger question I have, when we play that... it just reforms 2 random units, so it doesn't even have to be units that had burnout originally. So we could put like some super juicy units in the graveyard and then bring them back, which is kind of cool. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and play Welder Helper. He has burnout 1, so we're going to go ahead and increase his burnout. I feel like maybe I should have done it last turn, because then we would have like increased the burnout on 3 units instead of just 1 like we did here. Still, though, this isn't the end of the world. I probably shouldn't have put that imp out front either. That imp should probably have gone in the back here. But at this point, we're just going to leave it as it is. I made a slight error there by putting them in the front. It doesn't matter. We're going to clear this guy out, like, ridiculously fast. Put down another Dreg there, torch that guy even though it doesn't matter, and then just win the round. So I think that, like, what's going to end up happening with this particular faction is they're going to be really, really strong early on, and they're going to get weaker as the game goes on. And that's primarily just because we'll run out of means to continuously increase their burnout. So here we have Stealth 1, Extinguish, plus 10 attack permanently. Whoa, 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 whoa. Plus 10 attack permanently, that's my language right there. Extinguish, apply Stealth 1 to friendly units. Interesting. That's actually really powerful. Stealth is ridiculously powerful. I'm going to take that guy, because I do think we'll be able to basically ramp up his strength over the course of the game. And then we could even theoretically bring him back if he dies using Consumes, or using Sacred Wicks, rather. So that's kind of nice. Imp in a box here isn't terrible. It does build us towards an Imp synergy that we already have a couple pieces for. The other option here would be Hornbreak. Ritual Battle is too expensive for what it does, in my opinion. Like, it's not bad, but it's not something I'll actively seek to get. I do think Hornbreak is really, really strong, but I also think that Imp in a Box is powerful as well. Although Imp in a Box will theoretically replace itself with 2 different cards. Maybe not this. Maybe this is too much to ask for deck thinning. I think maybe we just want Hornbreak here. And then for our unit draft, we can get Lady of the Reformed, Burnout 3, Revenge, friendly burnout units gain Burnout 1. She stacks Burnout. If you can get her to constantly take damage, she stacks Burnout. Holy amazingness. And then but she only has a Burnout 3, so you do have to worry about refreshing hers. Unless you get 2 of her. If you get 2 of her, they would refresh each other. Oh, guys, okay. And then we have Wickless Tycoon, who gains 5 gold every time something dies on his floor. That seems really, really strong to get early on as well. But I feel like if we get 2 of these, we basically just win the burnout game. So I'm gonna go for that. I mainly think if we get 2 Ladies of the Reformed, and we put them on the same floor as we do our hero, then we're set. Like, that's just a winning floor. Lightstone Casing means we probably want to go to this side where we can get a little bit more magic. Plus, it gives us another chance to get Lady of the Reformed. Yes? No. Okay. However, we do get a nice card here in Paraffin Thug. When he slays a unit, you gain 20 gold. That's what I call winning. We also have another guy that gets +1 attack and +3 health every time something dies on his floor. I feel like this is going to be better for us long term. It also has 20 attack and 3 health, which is really nice. Let's go in here and start the upgrading. Holdover. When played, this card is placed on top of your draw pile next turn. That's really, really strong. I would like to put it on one of these, but they all have consume, so until we remove consume, we can't actually play that. So instead, what we'll do is we'll just go like this. We'll go all in on making Hornbreak like one of the best cards we could possibly have. It's free, it stays on top of the deck, it's a free 15 damage with piercing every single turn. I'm sold. I'm sold. That's going to be a really powerful card for us. That card is strong enough that we could actually start removing torches now. We don't need the torches if we have that. Conduits use their knowledge of your train to ascend more quickly than other disciples. Take them out before they reach the pyre. So that means we're going to have this character that has haste. They have to die immediately. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. We're not really worried about that considering how much health our hero has. I think this is actually kind of a joke. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. We want the extra coins anyway, right? The one gotcha to that is our Paraffin Thug. If he hits anyone that has spikes 3, he'll just die. So we do need to keep an eye on that. But other than that, there's really nothing to worry about. We'll go Lady of the Reformed here, which is lovely. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Dead. No haste for you guys. None. So they are going to get some damage in. We will kill all but one of them at this point, unless we go ahead and put a drag down, and then we'll kill all of them. Seems good. Seems good. I probably should have put her... Oh, he died from the... That's okay, though. We have ways to get him back. This is just a match made in heaven right here. Paraffin Thug killing this guy is like the best thing you can have happen. Go ahead and take that out. Bounty Stalker. So he's got 5 health. If we can get him to suicide here, then he'll actually get stronger each round. Unfortunately... Or he'll get stronger. He won't get stronger each round, but he'll gain 10 just for dying, and then we could potentially bring him back. If we put this down, it just dies, so there's no point in that. Putting this down doesn't fit on that floor. I guess what we'll do is we'll put the Bounty Stalker right here and hope that he just dies. Like, I want his Stealth 1 to fall off so that he can die and get that plus 10 increase. Okay, seems good. Slay that, we get some extra money, looks good. We've still got Hornbreak here. We don't have any targets to fight this round, which is nuts. Like, that's actually just kind of strange. Her burnout is still 3, which is excellent. Does she increase her own burnout? Is that how that works? If that's how that works, guys, we're set here. Like, we're real set. I'm gonna put him in front, let him take damage, and keep our big buff hero guy alive and not taking damage as much. In this case, I don't think there's any reason to play anything else on either of these rows, really. I mean, we could put a Train Steward up here just to tank for our Moneymaker, but nothing's making it to the Moneymaker anyway. And we're already at the hero. Like, that's the thing. We're already at the boss, guys. Just like that. No. Okay, so we've got 140 damage coming his way right now. It doesn't honestly look like we have a great way to increase that. So I think instead what we'll do is we'll just focus on the next couple floors, being able to put some damage on him, because he's going to come through with only 50 health left. So as long as we can kind of get through that 50 health in these next 2 floors, which I think we already have that damage here. If not, we're very close. Yeah, we're very close. Worst case scenario, he actually makes it up to our pyre, and then we got to deal with that. But I don't really see that happening too much. I'm more inclined to think that we're going to get... Yeah, we're getting enough damage right here. So it's done. Bye. Okay. Boss rush completed. Give me my money. Purifying Cleanse. Restore 10 health and apply Burnout 2 to a friendly unit. So this could actually be really good for keeping our lady out that keeps our other units going. Descending a unit is actually really, really powerful, because you can go over floor capacity, so we might look at that. Molded will allow us to reform a unit. I'm actually kind of tempted to use this along with our Extinguish guy, so that we can just keep powering him up and powering him up and powering him up. I think that's something we could feasibly do, because this is not a consume card. Ooh, that's tough. That's actually really tough. I do think that Descend is actually one of the most powerful mechanics you can get, though, so I think we'll grab that. And then here, I'm inclined to take Vent, but I know that Vent is not the best card. Ascending a unit isn't great either, but it's not terrible either, so I mean, it's between these two, because I don't think we need another welder helper, to be honest. And I feel like ascending might be better. I'm going to take that. Now we have a way to descend and ascend a unit if we need to, which is awesome. Here we can go for another Merchant of Magic. We do have plenty of money, or we can go for an artifact and a Hellhorned unit. We didn't take any pyre damage, so I don't feel like going to this side is as rewarding, because we're going to get that pyre health that's useless. So we'll go here, get an artifact. Units cost -2. How good is that for us? It's alright. When you play your third card of the turn, draw 2. That is a lot better for us, for the way that our deck works. I really need to get the remove consume thing going too, though. That's going to be important. So the Alpha Fiend here is actually really great. Strike +3 is awesome, but the Branded Warrior is also really good because he will give rage to the entire group of your allies. I do think that the Branded Warrior fits better in a floor, but the strike +3 here is guaranteed. Every single time he hits, he gets 3 attack. And it's not rage, it's attack, so they can't get rid of it. That actually is tough, but this applies across multiple allies. So I think this will be better in the long run. I'm gonna go with that. It's also a cheaper card. I could have gone Concealed Caverns first, to be honest. Okay, the Bone Shaker makes its way through an abandoned train yard. The once bustling workshop is now eerily silent and empty, picked over by scavengers. Though in the rubble, you're able to make out a couple of things that may be useful. A large hook and some quick-release doors. So I almost always take Trap Shoot here. The main reason is I don't know why I would want to ascend an enemy unit to the pyre room. I mean, I get that it applies days 3, so you can kind of take them out with this. But it also costs 2. This one costs 0, sends them back to the bottom floor and lets you beat them down. I think this is probably a better one overall. So I'm going to go with the doors. You enlist the help of the crew to install the doors, giving you more control over the location of any invaders in the Bone Shaker via quick ejection. Sounds good. Alright, on to the fight we go. Let's do this. This is Daedalus here. Daedalus with constructed explosives explode twice. That's awesome. So basically, anything that gets in front of a bomb that we don't kill is at risk. That being said, though, we should be able to kill the bomb relatively easily if we just pull our Broken Horn, which was not in our starting hand this time, sadly. That would have been really, really good. Yeah, I think this is fine. We'll kill everything on their row except for the explosive or any of those guys. Although, honestly, we could just put a Dreg here in front of the explosive, too. But it will explode twice, right? So, maybe not. I mean, yeah. Hey, we drew because we played our third card, and look what we got. Problem solved. That's what we got. This guy's still gonna die at this point. That's kind of okay. Unless we pick one of these guys off with a torch, still gonna die. Still okay with it. I mean, losing one unit like that really isn't the end of the world. Hornbreak again. The explosives no longer matter. We could use Hidden Passage here to ascend somebody to the second floor to fight this guy, but there's really no point. There's no space for him on the bottom floor, so we'll go ahead and put him on the middle floor. I don't want to do that, though. Like, I want this guy to die. Like, I'm very much vested in that guy dying. Okay, so we have another torch here. I might even, like, do this just to... Yeah, I'm gonna do that just to help kill him. I know that might seem silly or counterintuitive, but I really want him to die for that extinguish effect. Yeah. And he didn't die anyway. Of course he didn't die anyway, because why would he? Oh my gosh, that is actually legitimately frustrating, because I'm like, man, come on. Come on. Doing the best I can here. Burnout 1 currently, Burnout 1 currently. Let's see, if we go ahead and damage her, then we guarantee some burnout for this guy. The question is, will we be able to preserve her? And the answer is only if we can play 3 cards. So I think step 1 is to hit her for way more damage than I'd like to, in order to increase the burnout on this guy. Did she gain burnout from that? She did. Oh my gosh, she powers herself, guys. She powers herself. We didn't know before, but now we know. She powers herself. That's extremely good. So then here on the second floor, I think I'm going to put Paraffin Thug. And the Branded Warrior, I don't have space for yet. Now, if I do this... Check this out. If I do this to the bottom floor and apply Daze too, that actually isn't terrible, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save this because it does consume. We could get better out of it, I think, in the future. All right, that's good. I really hope they place a bomb here next floor. Okay, I guess we don't even need the bomb, but the bomb will do the job. Now the bomb is actually a problem. I want to get rid of the bomb. Now this unit won't die. No matter what I do, I can't kill this guy. I really can't. Like, it seems an impossible task at the moment. Apply burnout 3 to friendly units with burnout. That's not good, because that doesn't help me hit him. I have no way of hitting this guy. I just don't. These guys are burnout, though, so I'll go ahead and use hallowed drippings here to get them both up to burnout 3, which is nice. Don't have a way to take out the conduit infiltrator, which means that everybody's going to be going straight to floor 3 after this. Thankfully, everybody means just the initiator or whatever, so I'll just put a train steward down there, and then what else can we do with this? Not a whole lot. Now, we do have 2 things that are in our consume pile now. One of them is units, so we would guaranteedly get that back with these sacred wicks, but I'd rather get 2 instead of just 1. Up here, we don't need to worry about. They're going to deal with that. This is gone. That's no problem. These are at burnout 3, so we're fine there as well. I really just need this guy to die, guys. That's what I need. I mean, I could do this. I mean, is that a bad thing? Or is this a bad thing? Actually, this is a kind of good thing. It is going to daze him for 2 rounds if we do it this way, though. Which is kind of not a good thing, I guess. Let's see. I don't know. I guess we'll do this. We'll do this. There, he's dazed for 2 rounds, but we did go over the floor capacity, you can see. I think the highest amount you can get is 7 over, but I'm not sure. Okay, final wave, here we go. We'll just hit him with some damage. And now if we really look at it, so we're only going to do 182 damage on this floor. Like, that's all we're getting here. I don't know how this entire thing is going to go out. The other thing we could consider doing is we could bounce this guy up a floor with hidden passage, but I don't think that's going to help all that much either. I think we put a branded warrior... Where? I don't even know where. I mean, if he goes in front, how quickly does he die to this guy? Instantly. Okay. So that's... Yeah, that's going to be bad. I'm going to put the branded warrior right here anyway. And then we're going to have to hope that we get somebody beefier to stand in front of the damage there. I mean, here, we're hitting 3 times with this guy and then we're losing him. I almost feel like we're better off doing this. That put him on the back of the row, though, so that means he's just gonna... Actually, him being on the back of the row there is better anyway, because it means he'll get in more damage. I am absolutely okay with that. And we don't have capacity to do anything else anywhere else, so we're just gonna put that guy there, and then burn him twice, and see what happens. What's really sad is if you get the thing that drops them a floor and you use it on the boss, it does nothing, basically, so it is what it is. Okay, so here we have a couple different options. We could drip fall this guy down, which is not a bad idea. We can do hollow drippings, which will give us more burnout. I'm not sure how useful that is in this instance, because I think 1 round is until the next draw phase. So I don't think it actually does anything for us right here, but I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and put this drag right here. And seems good. Okay. Hey, at least that guy finally died, right? He has 218 health. We're in a real bad spot here. We're gonna take a lot of damage on our pyre here, no matter what we do. Okay. Oh, and that's it. Wow. Alright, well, that is a run cut extremely short. I don't know, guys. I thought that was going to be a lot better of a run, like... So we had 180 damage on the first floor. We had no way for our units to get stronger over time in order to prepare for the bosses, and by the time we got to Daedalus, like, there was no time to get them stronger. Like, I think the guy that gets stronger when he dies, I could have taken better advantage of by, like, putting him on the front and just letting him die every single time we had a chance, but I think we only had him for, like, 2 fights, right? So we didn't really have that much time to level him up anyway, and now that I think about it, with him only leveling when he dies, there's not enough opportunities to really loop that one to make that one work. So yeah, I mean... First run with the Melting guys, not the greatest. We did get Subsuming Blade here, which is piercing, deals 5 damage. On Slay, increase the damage by 3 permanently. That seems really good, especially if you costed it down to 0 so you could just use it to kill stuff over and over and get stronger and stronger. That seems like it would pair really, really well with Spell Weakness, to be honest. And then Flicker's Liquor, when you play a unit, a random card in hand is reduced to 0 cost for the turn. That's pretty interesting as well. Although you don't play units that often, so I don't know that you get that many triggers off of that in the first place. That is going to be it for this one, though, folks. Hopefully next week we have a longer, more successful run. I can't believe that ended so quickly.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!